today we're doing the mid-chapter checkpoint, and this is going to show me that you know how to do what we've learned so far in this chapter. So the first question, number 1, says, explain how to do 40 times 50 using mental math. Now that, put your hands down because this is something that you guys are going to have to do on your own. But I want to tell you one thing about it. Don't get caught up with the mental math part. So when you see this problem, and don't blurt out the answer too, because this is a graded assignment. When you look at this problem, in your head, put your hand down. What is the first thing that you think that you need to do? No, don't raise your hands. I'm asking you to write down what's the first thing you do and the second thing. So go ahead and write down what the first thing you would do. When you see this problem, first you would do what, and then you would tack on the what, okay? That's all I'm going to say. So this is going to be words because it says explain how to find 40 times 50 using mental math. I'll give you a different example. So if we have the problem 20 times 40, what's the first thing you would do to solve that problem? Sophie?
You would do
I need the vocabulary, the correct term.
you would do the basic fact,
Do the basic fact, and then you would?
tack on the 0.
There you go. Good, Sophie. Give yourself a point. So that's what I'm looking for. The language like basic fact and adding on the zeros. Okay, everybody have number 1 done, or you're doing it? Do it quick, quick. Okay. If you have a problem like this, and it tells you to estimate, what is the very first thing you would do? This is a different problem, but what is the very first thing that you would do to estimate on this, Ella? Round. Which of those numbers would you round? Ella, go ahead.
30 would round to 40 and the 40 would round to 40.
What would 36 round to?
40.
40. And what would 42 round to?
40.
Okay. So basically what you're saying is that you would round both of the factors, right? That's your first step. You would round. Okay? So we have a little thing that goes with that. Round, round, multiply. Okay. So on number 3 through 11, we're going to do one of these problems as an example, and then we're going to go to the next batch. Okay? So we're going to do number 4. Number 4 says 19 times 20. What do you notice about all of those problems up there? Dakota? All of the problems have what in them?
Zeros.
They all have zeros in them, right? And how do we multiply when we have zeros? Ethan?
We pretend the 0 is not there, and then we add the 0 to the answer.
That's right. So we pretend the zero's not there at first. So we have 19 times 2, right? So down here, I'm going to write 19 times 2. Now you guys can, you don't have a lot of space here, so you could do it over here if you wanted, or you can do this part on your marker board. If you do it on your marker board, you're going to have to be very careful to make sure that you don't get confused going back and forth. 19 times 2, what's 2 times 9?
18.
18. times 1 plus 1 more?
3.
So 19 times 2 is 38. Now what do we have to do?
Carry the 0.
Bring over the 0. So for number 3 through 11, that's how you're going to do the problems. So our basic fact is 19 times 2. So I'm going to go write 19 times 2, which equals 18. And then that 38 comes up, and then the 0 comes over. So 19 times 20 equals 380. There are some in here that have 2 zeros, and you will do them the same way. Basic fact, add on the 0 or zeros. Okay, now, number 12 through 20, the instructions say estimate the product, choose a method. Don't get caught up in that choose a method thing. We're going to do number 13. What does 16 round to? 20. What does 59 round to?
16.
What's our basic fact?
2 times 6.
2 times 6 is 12 with 2 zeros after it. And then we put in our $sign and our comma. That is how you do number 13. That is how you do all of these because they are just asking for an estimate. So we round, multiply. Okay? So did everybody get those 2 things written down?
Yes.
Okay. Next, on to the back. So it says on the back, Miss Trainer's class is taking a field trip to the zoo. The trip will cost $26 for each student. There are 22 students in her class. What is a good estimate for the cost of the student's field trip? Okay, so first, what are the 2 numbers that we're working with, Shelby?
26 and 22.
26 and 22. So we're doing 26 times 22. That would give us the exact cost. But since they asked for an estimate, what are we gonna do? Owen? Round, multiply. Very good, Owen. So 26 will round, 22 will round, and then we'll multiply. Okay. Tito wrote the following on the board. What is the unknown number? So Tito wrote 50 times 80 equals 5 times 8 times 10. And then he changed the parentheses to 5 times 8 times 10. Okay? And this is what they want to know right here. What we are, 50. Sorry about that. It's supposed to be 50, not 5. Okay, so your answer to this question is whatever 50 times 8 equals. Okay? So 50 times 8, that's what will get you the question mark. 50 times 8 equals, and you have to figure that out. Okay? All right, on number 26, it says, what are the partial products that result from multiplying 15 times 32? Okay, so you guys remember when we do a partial products problem, we end up with 4 problems, right? And each 4 of those problems have 4 answers, right? That's what it's looking for. Those 4 answers before you stack them and add them. Okay? So basically you're going to use partial products to find the 4 partial products. So I'm not going to do this problem. I'll do a different one so that you guys can see what I mean. Okay, if we had, for example, 16 times 33, okay? We could do even an area model and get partial products, couldn't we? So what is 16 in expanded form, Brinley?
10 plus 6.
10 and 6, right? What about 33, Zing? 30 and 3. And then we multiply these in these boxes, 2 numbers, and what I'm looking for is the 4 answers that you get once you do the multiplying. Okay? For these numbers instead.
You said and what did you say?
I did not say and in a number. I don't say and in a number.
You said 30 and 3.
Because we were putting it in expanded form.
Oh.
All right, the last one is a city bus company sold 39 one-way tickets and 20 round-trip tickets from West Elmwood to East Elmwood. One-way tickets means you just go from one place to another, right? One way. Round-trip means you go back again, okay? So they sold one-way tickets, and then they sold round-trip tickets. Okay, and the one-way tickets, they sold 39 of them, and they cost $14 each. And the round-trip, they sold 20 of them, and they cost $25 each. What you're going to figure out is the answer to this problem and the answer to this problem, and then it wants to know how much money did they collect all together. So then you're going to add those 2 answers together. Okay? So it doesn't matter whether you use an area model or you use partial products like the anchor chart. And this one's got a 0 in it, so this one you could do basic fact and then bring over the 0, okay? But this one you're gonna have to probably do an area model or partial products. But you're gonna end up with the one-way answer and the round-trip answer and then add them together. Okay, any questions?
No.
All right, you can get going. If you have questions while you're working, let me know. You should be able to have this done in 30 minutes at the most. Okay.